Hello, my name is Elisa La Cara. I'm a marketing manager here in Antique Mirror. It's a pleasure to meet you all.
Hi, I'm Federica, sales assistant at Antique Mirror.
I'd love to start by welcoming my next guest. They are actually both with Antique Mirror here in Europe, and it is Elisa La Cara and Federica Ferrara. Thank you for joining us today. I'd love if you guys would share together the story about this incredible company, Antique Mirror. Tell us how long you've been there and tell us a bit about the company.
Thank you for having us. So, the company was born in the 70s. It all started with a group of artisans involved in the field of glass, and their goal was to reproduce the effect of time over mirrors. And they were skilled enough to do it. And so, currently, we are producing antique and decorative mirrors with patented techniques. Our production starts with float glass, and then we do a process of silvering, and with chemical reactions, we create the full collection of products that we are selling right now. We have over 60 different colors in our range, so quite a wide choice. And the company is based in Italy, in Tuscany, so in the center of Italy. We sell our mirrors as raw material, so they come in big slabs or as cut to size. We decided to incorporate this new way of selling in the latest years to be closer to architects and designers, because in the past we've been selling only to glass companies or distributor. Now, thanks to these products, we can sell directly to projects or people who want to have products ready to be installed.
Amazing. And Elisa and Federica, you both have been in this industry for some time, but you're selling a product that, while it's a mirror and we describe it as a mirror, this is really art. What you have is absolutely beautiful, and it changes the look, the appearance, the feel of many installations, not just in the US, Europe, throughout the world. Share with us where you sell this product. We know that you're currently on the platform in Material Bank Europe, but tell us where this product can be found available.
You find our products all over the world. Our mirrors can be installed basically in every market. So both hospitality, residential, commercial projects are well fit for our mirrors. They can be used as wall cladding, so for like an alternative, for example, for tiles or for wallpaper. We have found our products in a lot of places in the world. We are, for example, in Madagascar. We are in a lot of hospitality projects in Asia. We have some distributors in the US, so we can find us also in the US in restaurants as well as hotels. So yeah, we are pretty worldwide.
How did you guys hear about Material Bank, and when did you join?
So the first time we heard about Material Bank was September 2023, so last year. We were in Bologna in one of the most important design fairs in Italy, and we were contacted by Material Bank. We ended up joining in March, April of this year. So it's been 6 months since we are on Material Bank, and I'd say we are pretty satisfied because we got since the first few days a lot of contacts, even important contacts, so big brand design studios, etc. So yeah, it's been only a few months, but we are very happy with it.
That's great to hear. Now, you would describe the types of architects and designers that we've introduced you to. Would you say these are real leads? These are credible projects that are taking place? How would you describe them? I don't want to put words in your mouth.
We know that these kinds of projects require a lot of time. So we know that 6 months, it's not a long time to have a lot of projects completed. So as Federica said before, we had one complete project just months. So we think that the contacts that we get from Material Bank are high quality, but we are sure that in the following months we will reach some more results as this project requires time. Yeah.
So here in Europe, we serve 29 countries. The deal that you closed, where you actually, in less than 6 months, you have a real transaction, which is incredible. Yes, these projects typically take 1 year. You guys have been doing this long time, sometimes 2, sometimes 3 years. It depends on the size and scope of the project. So is this project, without going too deep, is this a commercial project that you were connected with for this transaction?
It was an hospitality project. So
Wow.
yeah, it's a bar. So our mirrors will be installed in the back wall of the bar where all the bottles and the shelves are. And it's a kind of installation that we do a lot.
Amazing. I looked, and during this 6 month time period that you've been live on Material Bank, you've received hundreds of leads. You continue to get some incredible connections that are being made. Tell me a little bit about the process. What do you do after you've received those leads? And how do you go about in contacting them? What does that process look like?
Usually, Elisa is the one who is following all the leads that we get from Material Bank. And after we get in contact with them, so we receive their email, their contact name, etc. She contacts them to let them know that we are available for any type of information or additional photos, images of the product. From that on, usually we get contacted back with a request on pricing or information how we sell the product, and then it goes on with all the details and all the discussion that needs to be done before we get to the project itself.
What would you say to a brand who is maybe hesitant about joining Material Bank? They're not sure if they're going to be connected with architects that they may not have yet met. Have you met new architects, and what would you say to those who are thinking about joining but have not made the decision?
Well, I'd say that we've had many new contacts from Material Bank. We got in touch with a lot of people who didn't know us. So it was nice to see that in only 6 months we got to meet a lot of new architects and designers, etc. I would say that if a company is willing to invest in the first months on the platform, Material Bank provides also great visibility, also thanks to social media, events, etc. I think it also increases customer satisfactions because we had in the past a lot of requests of samples in a very short time that unfortunately is not always possible for logistic reasons. So Material Bank helped us in that way.
That's incredible to hear. Tell me how we have changed your business. Before Material Bank, were you working directly with the designers, the architects and designers, or were you mostly selling through distributors? Curious to just learn how Material Bank coming into Antique Mirrors has changed the company.
For sure, thanks to Material Bank, we got in contact with many more architects. Because before being on the platform, I'd say that the biggest way we had to get in contact with interior designer were exhibitions and fairs. And COVID taught us that it's not always possible. So thanks to a platform which is online, the distance, etc., is deleted. So we got in contact with many important architects and interior designers. For sure, it also helped us to understand which of our products are most used and most appreciated. We got to see which colors are most required currently, which are the trendiest color that you can find right now. So it also helped us to understand in which way we have to move in the market to provide better products for the requests that we get.
Very interesting. So, do you utilize any of our business intelligence reports to gauge what colors, trends are working? Is that what you utilize? And talk a little bit about that.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, we usually do. I think that the overview function on Material Bank is very useful for us because it helps us understand which colors are more requested. So also in which areas. So which country requests maybe one color more than another, and another country requests one color more than another. So it helps us understand which of our shades work better in certain areas.
Yeah, it's interesting. We don't want to reveal to competitors out there what that data shows, right? We want to hold that because it's very valuable, but it is super interesting the insight you get from our data and analytics. Would you say that that type of data gives you an advantage over other companies that are not on Material Bank?
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, with the fact that the architects can directly choose the color from Material Bank, we get to know what kind of colors the trends are going in that area. So if it's more of like a neutral shade or a golden shade or a green shade, we get to understand better how the design works in that specific area.
So, for the community that may not be familiar with you, I want to make sure that they understand how to find your products. And obviously, they can come to materialbank.eu here in Europe, and they can go to the brands tab and find you under antique mirrors. But they can also go directly to your site. Tell me, what products would you have them take a look at on Material Bank so that they can learn a little bit more about you? Also, share your website with us.
So the product that is now our bestseller on Material Bank is called the Arcobaleno. It's a mirror that has quite a particular pattern, and it has a lot of colors. So the base color is with gold tones, but there are also some kind of lilac, silver. So it's a very particular pattern, and it's also one of the most distinguished product among our range. I say that it's one of our top bestsellers in general. Following Arcobaleno, there's Bianco e Nero, which is quite a classic antique look, but I'd say that this is our general bestseller, and it's also been in our production range since the beginning, so it's a very long-lasting product. It has been in our line since now 50 years, so it's quite a lot, yeah. And it has been used in the many different projects. I think it's also because it can fit easily in different type of interiors, either being more classic or with a more modern attitude. It can fit perfectly in all these places. On our website, there's a section dedicated to all the products that we do, with a little photo gallery for each one of them. So if you check antiquemirror.it, you will find all the products that we produce, as well as you can require information, send us a request for pricing, etc.
Tell us the sizes that your mirrors are available in. And I'd love for the entire European community to learn about your custom capabilities as well. Share a little bit about that.
Yeah, so the maximum size that we produce, so the mirror slab that we produce is 1 meter and 25 by 2 meters and 45. So this is the maximum size that we can work on. Let's say it's not a very big size, but that's due to the fact that all of our mirrors are handmade. A bigger slab could not be handled by our artisans because it would be too big for them to work on. So that is the maximum size that we can use for one single piece. Our cut to size pieces only have the limit of this dimension. So any size or shape within this size, we can produce it. So starting from the DXF file that the designers or the architects send us, we can cut them with the CNC machines. So the final product would be exactly as the designer requests. We can also produce holes or notches. So that allows us to produce a piece that's ready to be installed. So the designer can send us a file and get the final piece ready to be put onto the project.
Amazing. Elisa and Federica, on behalf of the entire team at Material Bank, I want to thank you for all of your support, for believing in us, starting with Material Bank Europe. If I asked you, will you also consider joining Material Bank US, what would you say?
We are already.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for the support.